What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be going over this fat pool of characters that you can obtain with the thank you tickets that are being given out during the thank you celebration that just started today. So there are quite a few characters here. I have hand-picked the best few here we're going to go over. That way you guys know which characters to pick up with your tickets. I think we're going to be able to get about 7 tickets total throughout the celebration. So it looks like we're going to be able to obtain a 1 through a login bonus, I think it says. And then we're going to get... okay, so it says up to 2 gift cards for logging in, probably for Part 1 and Part 2. There's going to be 2 more gift cards for some of the special missions there. Okay, and then, so, I guess 3 total through missions, and then 2 for logging in, and then I guess you get another 2 from, where is it at here? The Purunga Dragon Ball campaign, if you choose to use one of your Purunga wishes on the gift cards as well, which I don't recommend doing, but we'll talk more about that in a Purunga Dragon Ball video coming up. So yeah, ideally every player for free, as long as you complete the missions and log in and stuff, you're going to be getting 5 of these tickets to be able to get some of these characters. So let's hop right in and see which ones are the best. So the first character that I've got on the list here is the Tech Genembu. I think this is like the best character, pretty much hands down, on the list. This guy is absolutely insane. He's on the Transformation Boost category, so you can use him on Cooler's team, which is a very meta-relevant team at the moment. So he is definitely a good option there. He's got infinite defense stacking, and then he's also getting this medium chance of evading and guarding all attacks within the same turn after evading an attack. So that is pretty good. That is a really, really solid ability to have. He's also debuffing the enemy's attack when he attacks them, and he's got some HP recovery. He's just a really well-rounded unit. He's got a lot of different stuff going on in his kit that is very helpful for the modern meta, where you basically want to try and dodge and tank all the attacks because they end up hitting so hard in like the Cell Max event and some of these red zone stages, and he's got a perfect kit to deal with those kind of things. So next up we've got AGL Golden Frieza. I'm sure everybody knows what this unit value is and what this unit is capable of at this point. This unit is super, super old, one of the original units in the game. But yeah, basically he's getting this 90% damage reduction when HP is 40% or more. That's pretty much all there is to him. But again, you can use him on Cooler's team, or the physical Cooler's team, or the STR Cooler's team. Very, very solid unit there. One of the best defensive units in the game still. So yeah, definitely a good option to pick up with your tickets there. So then we've got the physical Weirus. Now, this unit is actually really impressive after his EZA. He can tank decently and hits pretty hard as long as you are getting all the key spheres you need to select with him. If you're getting the full 7 key spheres, then he is providing some additional attack and defense buffs to himself. He's giving some attack and defense buffs to allies as well, depending what teams you're using him on, but more than likely you will be using him with Fusion or Realm of Gods units just because of the categories that he's on. And then he's, most importantly, this double orb changer here. He's going to be changing Tech and Int orbs to physical, so that helps you out quite a bit, especially if you're using him with the LR Super Saiyan 4s, the Anniversary LR. Because they feed off of physical key spheres quite a bit, and he is going to be making a lot of those. So yeah, this guy is very, very solid on their team. So then we've got INT Ribery, and she actually just got her Extreme Z Awakening here. Oh, that's why I need to switch over to... I was like, where's all the stuff in her kit? Because she's got the transformation upon turn 1. So, yeah, so she is going to be a really solid unit. Mainly on a Peppy Gal's team. She has decent stats. She's going to be debuffing enemies per Peppy Gal's category ally on the team. So basically the enemy's attack and defense can be subtracted while she's giving herself additional attack and defense, and then she's also providing a buff to the rest of the team as well. She does look very, very solid on a Peppy Gal's team for sure. Oops, that wasn't even the Extreme Z Awakened version. So she does all of the same things in her kit, just the numbers get buffed up a little bit more. And then she's also got, because she raises attack and defense on Super infinitely, she also gets this, launches an additional attack that's a medium chance of becoming a Super when the target enemy is in attack or defense down. And because she has the attack and defense down in her passive here, that means even off of her very first Super attack, you're going to be able to get those additionals off, which is very nice. And then here, she launches the additional attack with a medium chance to become a Super when the enemy is stunned or sealed, and she seals on her first Super attack. So she's going to be putting out like 2 and 3 Super attacks per turn with this infinite attack and defense raising is going to be really, really solid on top of the other stats that she's giving herself in her passive. So yeah, very good unit there. Okay, then we've got Cooliza, another solid unit that can be used on the Cooler team. Definitely a good support unit for Wicked Bloodline. And after his Easy A, he can definitely hold his own. He gets the infinite defense raising as well here, so in long form events, he's going to be looking pretty solid for you. So then Ebola, another unit that just got her Extreme Z Awakening. She is really, really solid on like Vegeta's family team mainly. That's the main place you'd want to use her. Because of this portion of her passive. Key 3, chance of performing a critical hit 18% when there is an ally whose name includes Vegeta on the team. And then she gets an additional 88% attack when performing a Super if that ally is attacking in the same turn. So that is really solid because she gets all of her defense at the start of turn. She gets an additional 88% defense on Super attack, which is really, really solid. And then all allies are getting Key 3 and attack 40%. So she's a really, really solid support unit. And then she's getting some additional attack and defense. Let's see. And some major evasion chances per Peppy Gal's category ally on the team. But you actually only need 2 Peppy Gals to get her fully built up here. To give her a 70% chance to dodge, an additional 40% attack and defense. So if you add all of this stuff in her kit up, she does perform very, very well. So yeah, she can be a really, really solid support unit as well that can definitely hold her own defensively. So then we've got Physical Kefla. This unit is a little bit more hit or miss. She isn't on any of the most amazing categories that are out right now. You know, the Universe Survival Saga meta has kind of fallen off at the moment. So there aren't a ton of places to use her where she's going to be looking really solid, but you can use her on the Fused Fighter team. So that could be really good. But with her infinite defense raising and then having these additionals built into her passive, plus the evasion chance, she fits really well in the modern meta. She's going to be building up defense quite a bit. She's also a physical orb changer, so that can be pretty helpful. And she is a nuking unit as well. So she's got some good potential. It just depends how you use her. You've really got to pay attention to the stuff in her kit and take advantage of it for her to look good. If you don't grab that many physical orbs on the turn and then she ends up, the RNG isn't in your favor and she only gets like 1 super attack and then a normal additional after that, then she's probably going to get hit pretty hard. But if you select, 8+ physical orbs and then she gets her 3 super attacks, 3 turns in a row, then she's going to be an absolute beast. So there's a little bit of RNG involved, but she can perform very well. Okay, so this Piccolo is a pretty good unit as well. He's got an AoE attack here. Has an AoE attack, so he's going to be attacking all enemies, excuse me. And he has a medium chance of stunning them as well, which is very, very good, especially for World Tournament. Now, we do have a World Tournament coming up at the end of this celebration. I think somewhere around the 20th, there will be a World Tournament dropping. So this guy could be a good pickup if you are still looking to build up some strength for your World Tournament team. He's got a lot of stats at the start of turn. He is going to be an STR Orb Changer, which is really, really good for the World Tournament as well, considering there are quite a few strong STR AoE units that you could build a solid World Tournament team out of. And then he's going to be a Nuker as well here, so that is going to help his damage output on that World Tournament team. And then he's not getting this portion of his passive in the World Tournament because this is obviously when you're only facing one enemy. But then he performs a crit when facing 2 or more enemies. So you can put all of your hidden potential onto additionals. He's going to be getting guaranteed crits, and he's nuking. And he's changing orbs for himself. So he's pretty self-sustaining. And on top of that, he has this chance of stunning enemies as well. So he's a really, really solid World Tournament unit for sure. Okay, so these last few units here, I would say are definitely a step below everything that we just talked about. Those units are look a lot better, and I would say you definitely want to go for those units that we just talked about. If you do need some of those units or need to rainbow some of those units, I would say go for those before these. But if you have all those units rainbowed or you have no interest in picking up any of those units, then these are a few more options of decent units that have some viability. So the Fit Buu here, the Majin Buu Shape-Up card, he is pretty good, mainly in Super Battle Road, because he has the additional attack and defense 150%, giving him a full 300% attack and defense for 7 turns. So you're not going to want to use him in anything that goes longer than 7 turns, because starting turn 8, he is going to be a massive liability for you. He also has his high chance of evading, but again, that's only for the first 7 turns. So you don't want to use him any longer than that. And then he does have a medium chance of stunning as well. So Super Battle Road is the main place where you'd want to use this guy. He's going to have a lot of stats out the gate. That evasion chance and the stun chance is going to be perfect for Super Battle Road. I have used him in quite a few different Super Battle Road stages, and he is pretty effective in that game mode. So then we've got the Chowman. After his EZA, he puts up some impressive numbers. He's definitely not a complete zero as he was once back in the day. He does have an AoE as well, so he can be pretty good for Super Battle Road. He does sacrifice 10% HP when he does that, though, so that can be a little bit of a liability depending on, you know, the team build that you've got. But I have found that these units that sacrifice their own HP can be really good when paired with certain units that need HP restrictions in order to activate their active skills. So if you have, you know, units where their HP needs to be pretty low in order to activate their active skills, then having them paired with a unit like Chowman, where he can purposely lower your HP if your team is too strong defensively and doesn't take enough damage to be able to activate those things, then you can actually use that to your advantage. So that's a cheeky strategy there. So he is starting out with attack 100%, getting 200% defense, and then he gets an additional attack 100% when performing a super attack, so he hits very, very hard. And then he has a medium chance to crit, just built in straight into his passive. And then when your HP is below 50%, he is getting this massive attack boost and massive ki boost, which is really, really solid. So again, if you're using this sacrifice, the HP sacrifice to make yourself go below 50% HP, then you're going to be getting this massive attack buff here, and you can put out a pretty solid attack. He can look very impressive there. Pretty much the only place you can use him is like Fusion, Fuse Fighter team, but he is decent on those teams. Okay, so then we've got the STR Android 21. Again, another unit that is falling off a little bit here, just because there isn't the best builds around for her. That being said, she is on Transformation Boost, so you can run her on the cooler team, and she's on Androids, so you can run her on the new Gamma team, because Gamma, I believe it's Gamma 2 is the Androids leader. I get confused between the two, because one of them is Special Pose and Artificial Lifeforms, and then the other one is Androids. So, yeah, whichever one is the Androids team, you're able to run her on that team, which just got massive buffs with Gamma 1 and 2. So she can be very, very solid on there. She's got some HP recovery in her passive. She's got some additional stats that stack on top of each other that make her attack and defense look pretty solid here. So she is definitely no unit to scoff at for sure. And I think that you're going to have a pretty solid chance to see her transform if you're using her in some long form events here too. She's a 40% chance to transform starting from the 4th turn of battle, and then after she transforms into her evil version, she gets even stronger. She's got the infinite attack raising going on. The HP recovery that you get when she transforms, some additional stats here. Yeah, and it's just overall pretty impressive unit. Okay, so then we've got the INT Pandell here. She is pretty much solely used as a fusion support unit. She can only really be used effectively on the fusion team here. She's got 150% stats starting out, and then she's giving a 30% bonus to herself and all allies. And then she's got an additional attack and defense 10% and chance of evading 7% per fusion category ally on the team. So if you're running her on a full fusion team, then she's getting an additional 35% attack and defense, which means she's going to be at, 180 here, plus the 35, so like 215 attack and defense. That's pretty solid. And then she has a 35% chance to evade on top of that as well. So she can be pretty solid while giving out the boost to the rest of the team. And then if you're using her in like a Super Battle Road stage or something, she does lower the enemy's attack and defense, which can be useful as well. So then the last unit we've got here is this Physical Vegeta. Now you can only really use him in long form events. This guy has aged out quite a bit at this point, but he does still have some use. I did like to include him on here because he is on the Majin Vegeta 200% team, the Vegeta family worthy rival team here. At least he should be. Oh, actually, he's not on Worthy Rivals, so you can use him. Oh, Gifted Warriors, my apologies. So yeah, he is on that 200% team. So he is greatly raising attack and raising defense infinitely. So if you're using him in a long form event like a Dragon Ball History or one of the longer Red Zone events, he can start to look decent with his defense. But if you're using him in like a Super Battle Road stage where you continuously exit out of fights and go into new ones, then he's going to be getting clapped up quite a bit on those first few turns. But he does have some minor usage here and there. So yeah, that is all of the units that I've got for you here on this list. Definitely, I would say that probably the first 5 units here, well, I would say that these two, the Genembu and the Golden Frieza, are a league above the rest. And then these next 3... yeah, the next 3 here, the Ribery, the Weirus, and the Cooliza are going to be like tier 2. And then you've got the Ebola, the Kefla, the Piccolo are going to be like tier 4. And then the rest of them are like tier 5. So yeah, that's, the order. I put them pretty much in order from best to worst here. And what I recommend that you go for. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about any of the other units on this list. If you are curious about any of the units that I didn't cover, I'd be happy to answer your questions in the comments. But yeah, and let me know if you guys decide which units that you are going to pick up with your wish strips, or with your thank you tickets, rather. So yeah, I hope that this guide has been a little bit helpful for you guys, makes this list a little less daunting to go through, so you don't have to search through all the details of all these different characters. If you guys found this guide helpful, then consider being a part of the Toxic Tribe with a like, comment, and subscribe on the video. We put out guides like this all the time, so there's plenty of other good, useful guides coming out on the channel that you will be able to view in the future. So that's going to do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace!